bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave to me. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Maya Angelou. The stroke of a pen, the beat of a drum, and the telling of a story, art is formed. Since the beginning of civilization, art has played an important role in many cultures. Through poetry, music, and acting, art can represent many things. Art is communication, art is emotion, art is inspiration.
What inspires me to write is life.
It's cliche to say everything inspires me, but it's the truth. Every form of art, dance inspires me, acting inspires me, watching people shout at each other inspires me, watching a person simply hug another person, or watching dogs, animals, anything. Everything is inspiration for me.
You know, the first time I picked up a pen to write it wasn't a class assignment, it was like an extra credit thing. I was 10 years old and we had to submit a science project for the academic fair. And then they also had a literature category. And, you know, I like to read. So, you know, reading short stories and poems, I started to write short stories and poems.
I started writing in the 7th grade, so I was about 12 years old or so. And I was in a language arts class where Miss Talercio made us free write every single day for 15 minutes. And I literally wanted to probably like shake her. But yeah, from there, I was just writing little diary entries like, oh, this is what I have to do for homework today or something like that, or complaining about my brothers. And then suddenly it started turning into poetry. My favorite poet, because I have so many, I love Nikki Giovanni, I love Maya Angelou, I also love novels too. I love Toni Morrison. Oh my God, if I could meet her. She is the epitome of just like grace in a novel.
Poetry can definitely affect others and change others because not everybody has been given the talent or, you know, the eye to see what rappers and poets and spoken word artists and people who give speeches, not everybody has that eye to be able to deliver the message that way.
As time went on, African Americans became poets and writers, creating timeless work that resonates to the youth today.
Poetry and writing is important to Black people because our voices have always been taken from us. We need it. We need to be heard, and we're tired of being unheard.
The Harlem Renaissance and those surrounding movements was definitely important because they came up at a time where Black people essentially weren't allowed to have a voice. So for these poets to defy that, to stand up in the midst of that and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm going through. I'm a poor Black man. I live in this part of New York, but I'm still going to tell you who I am, what I'm doing, and how I plan to get better. I'm going to inspire somebody to also stand up for themselves and speak out against what's going on so that they can be better. Because at the end of the day, you can't change anything if you don't speak out against it.
Right now in this generation, we still feel everything that they've felt. I think we just have more of a space to state how we feel, and we have somewhat of a freedom to say what we want and articulate how the past is still living with us till this day, and we can't separate ourselves from it.
I want you to know that through my writing, I'm telling my life story, and it's okay to do that. You know, a lot of people are closed off. They don't want to share who they are with people. And I think in order to better understand somebody, you really should understand their story.
I think that I inspire people. I hope I inspire younger generations as much as I want to inspire people my own age. I really hope when I do like my workshops or I go back to the high school or middle schools or elementary schools, I'm inspiring them because they're the future, you know? And I would love to be a part of their history.
When the world doubts you and when it becomes too loud for your armor. When every dream of yours that has swelled the night sky starts caving in at its core, and the line to quit is one step closer than finishing. You must remember, you are power. You must press forward. You mustn't stop or linger in your journey, but strive. Aim to be everything you said you would be when you were a child. Every word said before the streetlights came on and the world stopped dancing to the music in its head. Your dreams are moving like water, and too often they get caught by the dams of our teeth and rarely said aloud, but tonight they are firework. They are stretching. You are stretching, and your body is loud, and you must push. Push to bring breath to the impossible, because we are standing on the backs of giants who have fought for you and this moment, who have ran for you and this moment. In our generation, we are out of breath. We are not running anymore. We will stand tall. Stand because our bodies are built from the bones of a revolution. We will stand like hope, like a force to be reckoned with. Our voice is a voice to be reckoned with. We will stand because this is our time. This is our time to leave a legacy, to be a legacy. This is our time.
When vocal or instrumental sounds combine in a way to produce beauty, harmony, and expressions of emotions, music has been created.
Music is important just because I feel like, what would we be without music?
I would probably say when I was like 4 years old. That's when I fell in love. My mom was cleaning the house and she was playing Anita Baker. I forget which song, but she was playing Anita Baker, and I was just sitting there and just in a trance, just listening.
Music takes me to a different realm. So it's like, it relaxes me, it helps me think, it's a comfort zone for me. And it's also like a place for creativity.
I would say my idol as of right now is Kanye West. The reason why Kanye West is because he definitely knows how to, he's an innovator, first of all. He's definitely one of those people who kind of goes out on a limb and puts his head on a chopping block to push music to the next level, especially for hip hop.
African Americans have had great influence in the realm of music by creating and popularizing many forms of the art. Music let African Americans tell their story through a melody and a beat that would reach the masses.
Music is especially important to Black people because at one point when we had nothing else, it was like still our way to escape.
We still have a struggle. We still, use music as an outlet to kind of show our creativity and show what we can do.
That passion and those ideas stem from a lot of the stuff that we start, those things that we create. Jazz, hip hop, rock, country, things like that. A lot of that stuff we created the platform for everybody else to build from.
See, the thing about music, it's not just one genre. Music itself is a world language. It doesn't matter if you know the language or not. If you feel it, you feel it.
Music for me is just a way to vent, a way to release my thoughts and opinions and everything that I feel, and to kind of express that with the world and kind of have the ability to connect with different people.
I can't do a lot of things without listening to music, so at a certain point in the day, if I don't listen to music, I feel like I'm missing something, so it kind of makes me feel whole.
I feel like one of the biggest things that I always get from the people that inspire me and that I listen to is a sense of drive, a sense of ambition to want to continue to push forward, especially people that do this, or the people ahead of me that are paving the way for me to move forward. I feel like the biggest thing is a thank you, first and foremost, and secondly, it's just that drive and that ambition. It's all right, that's something that I can do.
television. Bowl of frosted flakes upon my lap and bumping beats about the Mac. I got a dream, Martin Luther with hella vision. Press play and then record, my vocal cords never leave you bored. Listen, my mission, to leave you with something of substance. I'm kicking the rhythm you fuck with, better duck quick, ass like how backpack buck shit. Better buck fifth that I'm doper than most. Making it something I'm thinking for sure. Making it gotta be history, gotta be missing a nigga whenever I go. Whoa, I'm in that whip with the busted side, but it's a step up from that bus that I used to ride. Fuck it, I'm just trying to get from A to point B. To point B, your points me the game's ointment. That nigga sore full of complacent. I'm trying to be the game changer, I could reface it, and yet I'm staring at this television with a bowl of frosted flakes sogging up. Time to make history, they sagas up. Boy, boy, boy.
You want the money and the jewelry and a fancy car,
And I say,
yeah. You see the fame shining like from that entourage.
you're thinking,
You want the top of the ladder, baby, you're a star.
but it's like,
You never thought for a second it could be so
just a bunch of backpack
dogs. Got my hand to the pen, mind on the plan, eyes on the wind. Keep my backpack on me, going hard to the end. Ain't nobody gonna stop my flow. Said just a bunch of backpack dogs. Got my hand to the pen, mind on the plan, eyes on the wind. Keep my backpack on me, going hard to the end. Ain't nobody gonna stop my flow. You want the money and the jewelry and a fancy car,
and I say,
you see the fame shining like from that entourage.
you're thinking,
You want the top of the ladder, baby, you're a star.
but it's like,
You never thought for a second it could be so hard. You want the money and the jewelry and the jewelry and the jewelry and the jewelry. You see the fame shining like from that. You want the top of the ladder, baby. You never thought for a second.
Acting is the suspension of belief, bringing words and emotions to life, inviting the audience into a world and telling its story.
The thing that makes me love acting is the fact that you get to escape.
I knew that I wanted to become an actor when I was in my high school drama class. It's a very interesting art form because you do get to take on different characters and personas. And to me, it just felt natural to do.
The actor that made me feel like, yeah, I want to do that, Will Smith. For one, he was identifiable. Like, being a black kid, you watching the show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he just made me not only fall in love with the comedic aspect, but also with the drama sides with his film work.
I would say my favorite actor would have to be Sidney Poitier. He's such a powerful man, and like his power doesn't necessarily come from like him being irate or him being like revved up with testosterone and angry and upset. Like it comes from another place of vulnerability that, you know, nowadays you don't really see that much of.
New avenues for actors were created with the progression of film and television. However, for African American actors, roles were still far and in between.
Some of the struggles for a black actor in Hollywood, roles, for one, it's terrible.
I do not feel like there are a lot of roles for black girls to be that quirky, awkward girl, or to be that like sweet, loving, don't want to step on anybody's toes type of girls. I feel like a lot of the roles that are out there Usually, you know, the quote unquote angry black woman, you know, the bitch.
Hollywood was not made for a black man or a black woman. Even though it's great what people have been able to do in Hollywood. But to be honest with you, and like I said, though I don't agree with the quality of his work, Tyler Perry has gone off and understood that Hollywood isn't for him. So he went to Atlanta, created his own studio. He has his own, like, he has everything there. And it's not to create a separation between everybody else, but it's just understanding that we can fight and try to take over Hollywood as much as we want to. We can go ahead and do it. But at the end of the day, all we did was inherit something that wasn't for us.
Oh my God, I pray that with television shows like Empire and Blackish and How to Get Away with Murder, I hope that from them seeing like, wow, we're getting a lot of ratings and a lot of views from this, that they will develop roles for black people to go in and do their thing. And hopefully it does translate over to film, because like, we need to be represented more.
My dream role will have to be starring in a show that I also produced. That would be my dream role.
What if my dream roles would be to lead with either Denzel Washington or with Leonardo DiCaprio, or both? I mean, let's just put them all in there.
Black actors have paved the way for me because without them, there is no me. Without them, I don't have any inspiration to want to step on stage and feel like I belong here. Every 15 seconds, someone attempts suicide. Every 45 seconds, someone succeeds. Is it sick that I admire people that want to commit suicide? No. No, it's ironic. See, people that have the ability to commit suicide are able to overcome the most primal instinct: survival. Well, if they're strong enough to do that, then why aren't they strong enough to overcome life's little games? Well, that's because life takes a different strength than death. See, in death, you only have to overcome one obstacle. But in life you have to overcome smaller obstacles. And eventually you don't have the strength to jump over that last hurdle. See, death may be easy, but taking your own life, that step right before, it's challenging. See, people can say that they want to take their own life all they want to, but once you take that pill bottle and you put it up to your mouth, that's the hardest part. And the easiest. It's hard because you have to overcome human instinct. But it's also the easiest because it just takes 1 second. Just 1 second and everything just goes away. And in that moment, you realize everything is just beautiful. Because you can never see it again. And then for once in your life, you're happy. "43, 44, 45.
To be inspired by someone can be the greatest gift that anyone can give. In return, we would like to give you our thanks.
Thank you.
Will Smith,
J. Cole,
The Rucker's Poets,
Felicia Rashad,
Amiri Baraka,
Michael Jackson,
Maya Angelou,
Denzel Washington,
Jay-Z,
Tanya Kapru,
Sidney Poitier,
Lauryn Hill,
Sonia Sanchez,
Whoopi Goldberg.
Prince.
Samuel Jackson. Thank you.
for inspiring us all and many generations to come.